Friends, myself, Neelkant Swami, Assistant Professor, Government First Grade College Tiptur, Commerce Department. In this session, the problems on calculation of cost of sales to find out gross profit. Calculation of cost of sales to find out gross profit. That means in this problem does not given gross profit. First, calculation of cost of sales or cost of goods sold to find out gross profit. Here the problem is Sagar Limited was incorporation on 1st April 2019. 1st April 2019 with an authorized capital of rupees 50,000 and took over the running business of Uttam Brothers January 1st 2019. The following is the summarized income statement of account for the year ended December 31st 2019. Here Sagar Limited was incorporation on 1st April 2019. The authorized capital 50,000 took over the running business of Uttam Brothers. Uttam Brothers January 1st 2019. The following is the summarized income statement account for the year ended 31st December 2019. This is the information about period, calculation of time ratio, purchase date, incorporation date and year end date. 3 dates are given, that is essential for calculation of time ratio. The other information given below: sales January 1st 2019 to March 31st 2019 60,000. From April 1st 2019 to December 31st 2019 1,90,000. 60,000 plus 1,90,000, total sales 2,50,000. Next, other information: cost of sales for the year 1,54,000. Administrative expenses 17,680. Selling commission 8,750. Goodwill written off 2,000. Interest to vendors in bracket loan repaid on May 1st 2019 3,730. Interest to vendors, that means interest on PC May 1st 2019. This is also very important for calculation. Distribution expenses in bracket 60% variable 12,500. 60% variable and another 40% is fixed. Then preliminary expenses 3,300. Debenture interest 3,200. Depreciation 4,440. Director's fees 1,000. Total expenses 2,10,600. The balance is net profit 39,400. Sales, from sales deducted cost of sales and other expenses, the net profit is 39,400. Next, the company deals in only one product. The cost of sales per unit was reduced by 10% in the post-incorporation period. Reduced. The company deals in only one product. The cost of sales per unit was reduced by 10% in post, reduced by 10% in post-incorporation period as compared to pre-incorporation period. 10% reduced as compared to pre-incorporation period. Prepare the statement showing the net profit of the pre-incorporation as well as post-incorporation period, also showing the basis of apportionment. The basis of apportionment, that is ratio. Basis means on the basis of ratios. Here, the above adjustment concerned to the cost of sales 10% reduced by 10% in the post-incorporation period as compared to pre-incorporation period. That is the main adjustment. Now, this is the problem. The problem is given for preparation of income statement or statement to show the profit of pre-incorporation as well as post-incorporation period, also showing the basis of apportionment. That means ratio column. Now, the working notes. Working notes is very essential. Working notes is very essential for preparation of income statement. First, in this problem, calculation of cost of sales. Calculation of cost of sales or cost of goods sold. Sales. Pre-incorporation sales 60,000. Post-incorporation period sales 1,90,000. Cost of sales per unit. Cost for sales per unit 1. That is post-incorporation period. The problem has given reduced by 10%. That means 1 minus 10% of 1. that is 0.1. 1 minus 0.1 is equal to post incorporation period 0.9. Pre-incorporation period 1, post-incorporation period 0.9. Now, cost of sales ratio, pre-incorporation period 60,000 into 1, rupees 60,000. Post-incorporation cost of sales 1,90,000 into 0.9, rupees 1,71,000. The cost of sales ratio 60, the pre-incorporation 60,000 into 1, 60,000. Post-incorporation period 1,90,000 into 0.9, rupees 1,71,000. The ratio is 60:171 or 60,000 is to 1,71,000. Now, cost of sales for pre-incorporation period. Cost of sales for pre-incorporation period. The cost of sales 1 lakh total 1,54,000 into 60 divided by 231 is equal to rupees 40,000. Cost of sales on post incorporation period is equal to rupees 1,54,000 into 171 divided by 231 is equal to rupees 1,14,000. 14. Pre-incorporation sales 40,000. Pre-incorporation cost of sales 40,000. Post-incorporation cost of sales 1,14,000. 114. This is cost of sales as the given information about calculation of cost of sales or cost of goods sold. Now, calculation of time ratio. The time ratio as calculated in previous problem as same. Time pre-incorporation period is equal to purchase period into, purchase period is to up to purchase period from purchase period to incorporation period. Post incorporation period is equal to incorporation period to closing date of the accounting period. Here, pre-incorporation period 1/1/2019 to 31st March 2019, 3 months. Post-incorporation period is equal to 1/4/2019 to 31st December 19, 9 months. Time ratio is equal to 3:9 or 1:3. Then sales ratio. The sales ratio, sales are given pre-incorporation sales and post-incorporation sales. 60,000 pre-incorporation sales, 1,90,000 post-incorporation sales. Sales ratio is equal to 6:19, 1:9. In this problem, another information as given, the interest paid to vendor on purchase consideration. In that situation, we can calculate the revised time ratio. Revised time ratio here. Here, pre-incorporation period 3 months as it is. Then, post-incorporation period calculation in revised time ratio, that is 1/4/2019 to up to the date of repayment 1/5/2019, 1/4/2019 to 1/5/2019, that is only 1 month. 1/4/2019 to 1/5 or 31st 4, same date, only 1 day difference, that is the same. 31st 4 or 1/5 is same, 1 month. Revised time ratio is 3:1. Revised time ratio 3:1. Now we can calculate the or preparation of income statement. Before going to preparation of income statement, first of all we can calculate the ratios. In this problem, the cost of sales, calculation of cost of sales, it's a different. Firstly, calculate sales ratio, pre-incorporation cost, sales, post-incorporation sales. Pre-incorporation sales is 1, post-incorporation sales is 10% less than pre-incorporation sales. 1:0.9. Cost of sales 60,000 into 1, 60,000 pre-incorporation. Post-incorporation 1,90,000 into 0.9, 1,71,000. The ratio is 60:171. Cost of sales per pre-incorporation period. Total cost of sales 1,54,000 into pre-incorporation period 60 divided by 231 is equal to rupees 40,000. Post-incorporation cost of sales 1,54,000 into 171 divided by 231 rupees 1,14,000, 114. This is the calculation of cost on sales. Time ratio already calculated, 3:9 or 1:3. Sales ratio already given in the problem, 60,000 is to 1,90,000, 6:19. Revised time ratio 3:1. 3:1. This is the working notes for preparation of income statement. Now, prepare the income statement to find out the profit or loss on pre-incorporation period and post-incorporation period. First, the sales already given. The sales, pre-incorporation sales 60,000. For totally, before going to preparation format, 4 columns. First column particulars, second column ratio, third column pre-incorporation rupees, fourth column post-incorporation rupees. Under this, sales already given in the problem, but not mention ratio column. Pre-incorporation sales 60,000, post-incorporation sales 1,90,000, less cost of goods sold or cost of sales. Already calculated in working notes. Pre-incorporation sales 40,000, post-incorporation sales 1,14,000. We already calculated in working notes. Sales minus cost of sales is equal to gross profit. Gross profit is equal to pre-incorporation period sales 60,000, cost of sales 40,000. 60,000 minus 40,000 is equal to 20,000. Post incorporation period sales 1,90,000 less cost of sales 1,14,000. The gross profit is 76,000. In gross profit, pre-incorporation period 20,000, post-incorporation period 76,000. Less expenses. The problem given. All expenses. First, administrative expenses, that is allocation on the basis of time ratio. Time ratio is to 1:3. The administrative expenses, the total administrative expenses is 17,680. 17,680. 17,680. Pre-incorporation administrative expenses 17,680 into 1/4 rupees 4,420. Pre-incorporation administrative expenses 4,420. Post-incorporation administrative expenses 17,680 into 3/4. That is 13,280. 13,280. Then selling commission. Selling commission, that is a portion on the basis of sales ratio. The total selling commission 8,750. Pre-incorporation period 8,750 into 6/25. 6 divided by 25. Pre-incorporation amount 2,100. Post-incorporation period selling commission 17,680 into 19 divided by 25. 6,650. Pre-incorporation amount 2,100. Post-incorporation selling commission 6,650. Then goodwill written off. Goodwill written off, it is concerned to only post-incorporation period, but not concerned to pre-incorporation period. The amount is 2,000 to post-incorporation period. Next, interest to vendors. Interest to vendors, that is a portion on revised time ratio. That is a portion on revised time ratio. 3:1. 3:1. The interest to vendors loan repaid on February 1st. First 2019, that is the amount is total 3730. Pre-incorporation period is 3730 into 3 by 4, the pre-incorporation amount 2797. Post-incorporation amount 1 by 4 into 3730, that is 933. Pre-incorporation 2797, post-incorporation 933. Next, distribution expenses 60% is variable. Distribution expenses 60% is variable. Variable expenses concern to sales ratio, 40% fixed expenses concern to time ratio. Variable expenses, that is concerned to sales ratio, fixed expenses concerned to time ratio. The variable expenses 6:19 on sales ratio. Pre-incorporation variable expenses 1800. Post-incorporation variable expenses 5700. Fixed expenses, that is apportioned on the basis of time ratio, 1:3. The pre-incorporation expenses 1250, post-incorporation expenses 3750. Pre-incorporation 1250, post-incorporation 3750. Then preliminary expenses, that is related to only post-incorporation but not related to pre-incorporation period. The preliminary expenses in post-incorporation period 3300. Then debenture interest, that is also concerned to post-incorporation period but not concerned to pre-incorporation period. Debenture interest amount is 3200 in post-incorporation period. Then depreciation. The depreciation allocation on the basis of time ratio. Depreciation allocation on the basis of time ratio. The depreciation amount is 4440. The depreciation amount is total 4440. Pre-incorporation period 4440 into 1 by 4, 1110. Then post-incorporation period depreciation 4440 into 3 by 4, 3330. Pre-incorporation amount 1110. Post-incorporation amount is 3330. The finally director's fees. Director's fees you are already studied or learned in last problems. The director's fees concerned to only post-incorporation period. Director fees concerned to only to post incorporation periods. 1000. The amount is 1000. Now calculate the profit or loss in pre-incorporation period and post-incorporation period. Out of gross profit, deduct all expenses in both columns. Pre-incorporation period column and post-incorporation period column. The gross profit is pre-incorporation 20,000 minus all expenses. The amount is rupees 6,523, that is transferred to capital reserve account. Gross profit minus expenses is the profit transferred to in pre-incorporation period capital reserve account. Then post-incorporation profit, gross profit minus all expenses, that is 32,877 transferred to profit and loss appropriation account. Pre-incorporation profit transferred to capital reserve account. Post-incorporation profit transferred to profit and loss appropriation account. The pre-incorporation profit is 6,523. Post-incorporation profit is 32,877. In this problem, calculation of cost of sales is very important because the problem given on the basis calculation of cost of sales. This is the last problem, last session of prior incorporation period. Okay. Thank you very much.